It was a full day of NBA games on Christmas Day, with the Nuggets capping it off. How'd they do? Let's find out. You're watching CS 105.1, where I talk about sports and movies with good vibes. Let's get it. How's it going, everyone, and welcome. I'm CS Chandler, here for another take of Nuggets basketball. So it was Christmas Day yesterday. Like I said before, I'm going to do the recap of the game that was last night today, just because I wanted to just kind of chill after it, and I'm glad I did because we'll get into it. But the Nuggets faced the Suns second time in a row. If you remember, the Nuggets faced them on Monday, and now in Denver, and then they flew to Phoenix to face them on Christmas Day here. And we always knew that there was going to be a battle on the second game there. The thing for the Nuggets is that they did really well on their back-to-back, and then now you got a little bit of rest, just a little bit of rest, and they struggle. So the Nuggets faced the Suns. They lost 110-100. I mean, I'm okay with it because, you know, it's in Phoenix, whatever. I always would love to have KD lose because I can't stand KD, freaking troll. Especially after his comments for the Nuggets Nation during the Olympics. I just want to see him lose all the time now. But at least, you know, they didn't win over us as bad as we won over them. So there's that. But it was not the greatest game, and it wasn't the worst game. So first takes here, Jamal was available. If you remember, he was out with a sprained ankle on the first game in Denver there against the Suns last game. And then, so the starters were the usual suspects of Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokić, Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr., and Christian Brown. The Nuggets were wearing their navy blue jerseys with a little snowflake on the top corner there. I think all jerseys of teams that were playing today had that. And the Suns were wearing white. And so so the quarter, let's get into the game here. The quarter, Suns controlled the tap. Suns turned over the ball immediately. The Nuggets turned over the ball for KD to get a dunk and first bucket of the game. Michael Porter Jr. finally banks a three for the first points for the Nuggets. And this was probably like 4 minutes into the game that they finally got a bucket because they kept on turning over the ball. And luckily the Suns, you know, were missing a lot. The first, I want to say, like 4 minutes were not the cleanest 4 minutes you can ask for. It was pretty messy. And that's just the thing that kind of throws me off a little bit is that they were already locked in. They had an amazing game. What changed from that game to this game? Could they have not just stayed locked in? Or, you know, like keep it going. But so the Ryan Dunn fouls MPJ at the 3-point line. And MPJ shoots 3 free throws, makes 2 of 3 to tie the game. Suns get back-to-back buckets to go up 4. Nurkic sinks an uncontested 3. We're here again. I believe I speak about this every single episode. The Nuggets do not contest threes. Why? I don't know. I really don't know. But today, or last night, was the worst offense of this. This one specifically was making me want to pull my hair out. They just continued to stand, and I'm not kidding, watch the ball. That's all they were doing. They just stood, watched the person try to put up a three. And more times than not, it went in. Like, there was only maybe like 2 or 3 times where it didn't go in. They were heating up from three. And every single time, the Nuggets knew this, and they still didn't contest them. It was so frustrating. Done. So my last point, Nurkic sinks an uncontested three. Immediately right after that, Ryan Dunn sinks an uncontested three to get the Suns the first to 15. The Nuggets take first time out of the game after this, obviously, because that's just unexcusable. Jokić gets his first bucket out of the timeout, and Jokić gets a bucket and an and one after that to take the lead down to 3. Jokić sinks a 3 to get the lead down to 2 because obviously the Suns got a bucket and they go up again, and then Jokić sinks a 3, gets it down to just a 1 possession game. But Okogie responds with an uncontested 3. This is only quarter 1, and we already have 3 uncontested threes that all go in. This is a huge problem. This has been a huge problem since, especially this season. I remember them doing it a little bit last season as well. They just stand and watch the ball rather than actually putting effort to try to contest it. Just something. You don't even have to like fully block it. Like, yes, of course, we would all love to see you block a 3-point shot, but like just at least show that you're trying to get them to not make the bucket. Like, Brody then gets a layup plus an and one. Jokić draws the foul on Mason Plumlee, gets the bucket and the and one, ends up with 15 points alone in the first quarter. He was heating up a little bit, you know. That's pretty much typical. That's the typical Jokić that we want to see, is already with 15 points in 1 quarter. Like that's normal. It's when he doesn't have any points, which happened in a previous couple games, right, where he didn't even get a bucket until like late into the second quarter. But the Suns win the first quarter, 38-34. Second quarter, Nuggets start off the quarter with non-Jokić minutes and immediately get a turnover. Suns, luckily, also get a turnover. Nuggets get the ball back. Brody bricks it. Suns get the rebound, miss it. Nuggets get it back, miss it. Suns get the ball back. Morris gets a bucket for the first bucket of the quarter. Monte Morris of the Suns. Formerly Nugget. Strother lobs the ball up for DJ for a reverse dunk for the first Nuggets bucket of the quarter, followed by a dunk by Strother, a putback actually. That was pretty awesome. Suns turn the ball over. Murray drains a 3. Nuggets go dry, and finally MPJ sinks a 3 to cut the lead to 5 because it ballooned up a little bit more. Nuggets get a turnover from the Suns. Brody with a layup and Nuggets' first lead, finally, by 1, but it was still our first lead. We finally got a lead. KD, though, answers back with a jump back for 2. AG muscles in a slam to tie the game. A slam dunk for the tying of the game. And then Nuggets win the second quarter, 22-20. Suns on top going into the half, 58-56. So third quarter starts. Nuggets start off the quarter with a dunk by CB to tie the game. It was kind of a cleanup dunk. Jokić had shot the ball and missed, and he was there to clean it up. Jokić with a 3 to put the Nuggets up by 1 again. Murray to MPJ gets the Nuggets up by 2. Lead trades back and forth until Suns drain a 3 to go up by 2, and Malone calls a timeout. AG goes out of the game with a calf strain. Malone later explains in his post-game. Malone later explains that in his post-game interview that he approached them and told them that it's starting to feel like it's the calf strain is coming on. So they immediately did a preventative plan of taking him off and took him to the back and everything, and hopefully he'll get the treatment and be good enough to come back on Friday is their next game. So, but AG went out the rest of the game, and you felt it. AG alone adds so much for defense-wise. He is our main cleanup guy. He's been doing really well lately with three-point shots and his free throws, but his defense, him and Brody are both our best defenders, I feel like. Peyton Watson, when he's on a good game, is our best shot blocker, but AG is definitely one of our best defensive guys, and so missing him the rest of the game was not good, and it definitely showed. So Jokić, though, gets a bucket out of the timeout, ties the game. CB gets hacked at the baseline. This was so frustrating. So he gets hacked at the baseline, and Peyton Watson just stands there and watches the Suns get the ball. Like, he doesn't even do anything. The ball, CB tries to get the ball to someone, and no one's there except for Peyton Watson. He just stands there, watch the ball. The Suns get the ball, and he doesn't help at all, and then they get another bucket. It was ridiculous. Defensive 3 seconds for the Nuggets. Suns go up one more. Nuggets keep turning over the ball, and the Suns keep capitalizing on them. And the Nuggets fall apart, and Suns win the third, 27-22. So now the Nuggets only have one hope to win a second quarter, right? So let's see if they win. Fourth quarter, Suns start off the quarter with a miss, and the Nuggets no Jokić at this point either. Nuggets also miss back to the Suns. Mason Plumlee gets an and one. Mason Plumlee gets an and one. And gets the lead to 10. The lead balloons up to 10 at this point. It was ridiculous. Strother sinks a three for the first Nuggets points of the quarter. Several second chance points for the Suns as the Nuggets ball watch and especially ball watching them taking uncontested threes. This happened several more times in the fourth, in the third, in the second. It was just all game they were not contesting those threes, and it was just continued ball watching. CB gets the turnover, the ball, and Suns get the largest lead of 12. Malone calls another timeout. Nugs can't get points off of the timeout. Bradley Beal, who was freaking annoying last night, gets Suns first to 100. Westbrook gets fouled. Suns challenge the call, unsuccessful. Brody shoots 2, makes 1 of 2. Lead is 15. Nuggets continue to struggle with turnovers. Brody sinks a 3 to get the Nuggets finally to 100, and that was at I think it was 15 seconds left in the game. And at least he was able to get us to 100, so they didn't hold us under 100. But the Suns actually win the fourth quarter 25-22, and they won the game 110-100. It was such a frustrating game, but like I've said before, wasn't the worst game. Like, there have been plenty other more frustrating games than this, but this was the uncontested threes, man. That has to stop. But we'll get into stats right after this. Hey everyone, if you're looking for a game-changing webcam that keeps up with every move, you've got to check out the Insta360 link. It's a 4K AI-powered webcam that auto-tracks so you're always in frame, even if you're moving around. Perfect for live streams, meetings, content creating, also podcasts. It adjusts to light, zooms in and out, and follows you naturally. This is hands-free, hassle-free, studio-quality production for anyone who wants professional visuals right from the desk. Insta360 Link is a total game changer. And we're back. All right, so stats here. We have Michael Porter Jr. played 36 minutes tonight. He scored 22. He actually had a good first quarter, and he ended up with 22 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block. He was 7 for 14 from field goal, 3 for 8 in three-pointers, 5 for 7 in free throws. He had 5 turnovers. He had the most turnovers out of the entire Nuggets. He had 5 and 2 personal fouls. He was a -4 last night. Aaron Gordon played 19 minutes, had 7 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. He was 3 for 7 from field goals, 0 for 1 in three-pointers, 1 for 2 in free throws. So even he didn't have a good night for free throws. He had 0 turnovers, though, and 2 personal fouls. He was a -1. Nikola Jokić played 37 minutes tonight, 25 points, 15 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. He was 10 for 19 from field goals, 2 for 7 in three-pointers, 3 for 4 in free throws, and 2 turnovers, 1 personal foul, was a -3. Christian Braun played 28 minutes. He had 5 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 for 7 from field goals, 0 for 2 from three-pointers, 1 for 2 in free throws, 1 turnover, 3 personal fouls. It was a -10. And one big thing about Christian Braun last night that just really annoyed me, and I've been noticing it lately in a lot of games, is his confidence is not up there anymore. I don't know what happened. He started off the season so strong, and now all of a sudden, he's afraid to take shots. He kept on passing up good looks, open looks. He was open. He could have easily have drained a 3, drained a 2, a long 2 or whatever, and he kept on passing it up, either passing the ball to Jokić or MPJ, some other player. It's been really frustrating watching Christian Braun, to be honest. He has not been himself. Jamal Murray, though, he played 39 minutes. So after having a sprained ankle in the last game, now he plays 39 minutes. He played the most amount of minutes of any Nuggets player. Actually, let me see here. Of any player in the game, he played the most amount, 39 minutes. I feel like if you're gonna have a sprained ankle, or if you're gonna go out for a sprained ankle in one game, maybe don't play the most amount of minutes in the next game if that's really how you're feeling. I don't know why he played that many minutes, because he wasn't great last night. He was not great. He had a bad game. He had 13 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. He was 4 for 10 in field goals, 1 for 2 in three-pointers, 4 for 4 in free throws. So his free throw shooting was good last night, thank God. He had 4 turnovers, second most, tied for second most with Westbrook there. He had 1 personal foul, was a -16. For the bench, we have Westbrook, 27 minutes, 17 points off the bench, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. He was 6 for 12 in field goals, 1 for 4 in three-pointers, 4 for 7 in free throws. He had 4 turnovers as well, and 1 personal foul, was a +3. So he was the only plus on the Nuggets last night. And Strother, he had 5 points off the bench. Peyton Watson had 2 points off the bench. I believe all that was free throws. Yeah. The only points that Peyton Watson had last night was free throws. DeAndre Jordan had 4 points because he had 2 dunks. He played 10 minutes. He was a -7. Peyton Watson a -4. Strother was a -8. So it was just not a good night for the Nuggets. They had 46 rebounds to the Phoenix 42, so we even out-rebounded them. We out-rebounded them, and yet they were still giving up offensive rebounds. That was another annoying thing. The Nuggets keep on shooting the ball, and then the rest of the team just leaves. No trying to get the rebound or anything. Although part of my annoyance of Bradley Beal last night was he kept on boxing out Michael Porter Jr. The dude is like 5 feet tall, and MPJ's 7'10" or 6'7". How are you going to let a little dude like that box you out? Come on, Michael Porter Jr., get physical, get more aggressive. That was annoying too. So you have Nuggets with 20 assists to their 31 assists. So they even cut off our assist pipeline there. It was stupid. We had 3 steals to their 12. Just horrible. We had 2 blocks to their 4. And we shot 46% from field goals. They shot 46, so we tied there. We had 27% from 3-pointers. They had 30. Not much better, but still, they made 11 of 36, whereas we made 8 of 29. And then we had 71% from free throws. They had 85 because KD made he went to the foul line several times. He kept on going to the foul line like a freaking free throw merchant. Like, what the hell? I can't stand KD, yo. I cannot stand him. He made every single free throw like he always does. I don't think I've ever seen him miss a free throw. I've never seen him miss a free throw. That's stupid. And then we had 16 turnovers to their 7. It's also stupid. But if you look at it on a whole, 16 turnovers, that's kind of an average game. To be honest, that's an average game. It just a lot of them happened in bunches. So it's just really stupid there. But 16 isn't a horrible number. It's not a great number, but it's not a horrible number for a regular game. I can go over the other teams that played that I know for a fact there's other teams that had more turnovers than that. And then 16 personal fouls to the Suns 17. And so, just real quick, I'll go over because the Celtics also lost last night. So, it's always a good day when the Celtics lose. And I mean, I'm not a Sixers fan at all, but I'm happy when the Celtics lose. Just for reference, the Celtics had 13. Again, we had 16. We only had 3 more turnovers than the Celtics did last night. The Spurs had 15 turnovers yesterday. So we only had 16, right? They had 1 more than the Spurs did last night. So, and the Spurs, they only lost by 3 points. That was a close game. Unfortunately, the Nuggets did lose the worst of all the games last night. We're the only team that lost in double digits. So that's kind of a sting. But like I said, it wasn't the worst game. So, but we'll get into big takeaways right after this. As a cinematographer, photographer, and now a podcaster, I do believe lighting is everything. And if you're serious about creating dynamic content, you need to check out Nanlite. They're all about precision and control. Whether it's soft, natural lighting or vibrant colors, Nanlite gives you full flexibility to set the mood for any scene. From compact LEDs to powerful softboxes, Nanlite has light solutions that fit every setup. It's ideal for photographers, like myself, videographers, like myself, and creators who want to pro-grade quality right out on their fingertips. With Nanlite, you're lighting like a pro every time. And we're back. All right, so big takeaways from the game last night is that, again, more energy issues, a lot of turnovers, not as much as there has been before. I know we've gotten up to the 20s before. And so, but still, got to clean those up, got to control the ball better, just better. And then a lot of rushing without thinking plays. There was just a lot of the trying to catch and shoot, and they were doing it really well. We were not. And they were just rushing us. And they, at times we were trying to, up the tempo of the game, and it just wasn't working for us. I mean, I know Russell Westbrook loves to rush the tempo of the game, and it's great when he makes shots, but he just continued to miss shots. Luckily, he did get to the foul line quite a bit with that, and it did. Yeah, but he wasn't great with the free throw shooting. He made usually 1 of 2 every single time he went to the foul line, and so that right there, had he made the bucket and gotten the and one, that would have helped the Nuggets stay in this a lot better. And so they were missing shots a lot. Their defense wasn't great. The Suns didn't field our defense as much as they did on Monday. Monday's defense was the best defense of this season. I'm pretty sure Malone would agree with that statement. It was the best overall complete game that the Nuggets did on Monday, and somehow it's like two different teams almost that you're watching of the Nuggets. On Monday, fullest complete game that the Nuggets have played versus struggles, turnovers, uncontested threes, and not rushing without thinking kind of plays. Like, it was just and no defense. And so I don't know what's going on, but it wasn't the worst game. There was still some fight in the game, but still it felt flat overall. The silver lining, though, again, like I said before, the Suns couldn't beat the Nuggets as bad as the Nuggets beat them on Monday. We beat them by 27. They beat us by 10. So, it is what it is. And I already kind of foresaw this. If you remember, I kind of called what this week would be like, and that I foresaw them splitting these games. That Nuggets taking one game, Suns getting the other one. Because the Nuggets were coming off of a back-to-back, I kind of thought that maybe they were going to lose their home game and then win the one on the road. But I'm glad that it happened more this way, that each team won the home game rather than the away game, because we really need home game wins right now. It's unacceptable how bad right now our home game win-loss record is. And plus, the Suns this time around didn't have Matt Ishbia to hold the ball away from Jokić. I'm still bitter about that. I know we won the chip that year, but still, like, that was bullshit. I can't stand Matt Ishbia. Worst franchise owner. But the Nuggets have another back-to-back this time at home on Friday, with the Cavs on Friday and then the Pistons on Saturday. The Pistons have actually been playing fairly well. They just won. They just swept the Lakers this season, and they've been playing some good basketball. They are not the worst this time. If you remember last season, if you watched the last season at all, they were the worst team in the league, and now they've made some much needed plays or rearranging of the roster and the staff and everything, and they're playing much better this season. They're still not in the above 500, and they're still not even in the play-in, but they're doing well for compared to last year. And I mean, they got a win over the Lakers, which shouldn't say much, but the Lakers are right now a 6th seed. They're right behind us, and that also is because from their win over the Warriors last night, which also I was rooting for the Warriors. Man, Steph Curry is so good. He is just he's definitely, I would say, the best clutch player, at least of the last 5 years. He is so good. Drained 2 back-to-back threes with like seconds left in the game, tied the game, and I feel, if you're a Warriors fan at all, I feel your pain, because that game, you guys lost by a layup, and the Nuggets know that all too well now, with freaking Simmons from the Portland Trail Blazers winning with a basic layup. Like, you got to contest those things. Just better defense. The other team should not be winning with a layup. That just is stupid. The Lakers still are, they're not the worst team. They're a decent team. I'm glad that the Nuggets are a better team. And so, but still, like, the Lakers are technically a better team than Detroit, but Detroit beat them. They swept them. And, well, actually, now I'm looking at the standings. Detroit is number 10 in the East. So they're just hanging on to that play-in spot right now. But what does it mean for the Nuggets? So the Nuggets are keeping their 5th spot, their 5th seed spot. The Mavericks also lost last night, so that also kind of helps us, It would have been nice to have won because the Mavericks lost. That would have helped us even more. But it keeps us kind of more or less neutral right now. The only ones that were kind of benefited last night were Phoenix and LA. Phoenix was out of the play-in, and now they're hanging in the 8th seed spot in the play-in. And the Lakers got out of the play-in, and now the Warriors are number 10, one game away from being out of the play-in. So, not great for them. The Knicks had a great win last night, or yesterday rather, and they're getting closer to the second seed position in the Eastern Conference, even more so now that the Boston Celtics lost. So, and then, the Cavs, we're going to face them tomorrow, and hopefully we get a win. And that will help us and help my Knicks out. And hopefully Aaron Gordon is going to be healthy. That is a big concern right now for the Nuggets, is just Aaron Gordon's health with his calf strain. Those things are so finicky, and they can always come back. It's like the hamstring, and it's going to, unfortunately, I think it's going to be an issue that the Nuggets deal with the entire season. And I just hope that, he's able to power through it and still be able to play and not have that injury get worse, because they can easily get worse really quickly. But hopefully he's ready to go for Friday. I'm glad that he spoke up when he needed to, rather than just hold it in and have it get worse on its own without anyone knowing what's going on. So he spoke up right away. They took him off the court, and hopefully he can get better for Friday, because Friday is a much more crucial game than this game was, because we already beat them. So now we tie the series, and we have, I think, 2 more games against them anyways. So that's fine. This is the last game that we'll be playing against the Cavs, plus the Cavs are another 1 seed, so we have to show that we can beat the best. So and at home, we have to protect home court as well. So hopefully Aaron Gordon's healthy. Please be healthy, Aaron Gordon. We love you, Mr. Nugget. So I just want to say like a quick note for Nuggets Nation right now, because I know a loss can always put a bad taste in your mouth, but we've got to remember that the entire league is struggling. Other than really the Cavs and the Thunder, there's a lot of struggles with a lot of different teams right now. And so it's not all downhill for the Nuggets. It's a good reminder for us all that it's a marathon, not a sprint. We're not going to win all 82 games. That would be amazing if we could, but we're not going to. And we got to take the wins when we get them, and just hope that they learn from the losses when they get those. The Nuggets aren't a horrible team, but we're hanging out that 5th spot, and it does help us that the Mavs lost yesterday again, because then it made it more neutral, and we have a little bit of a cushion between us and the Lakers, so that's nice. But the Nuggets do have clearly they have issues, and it's consistent energy issues, consistent turnover issues associated with bad passing, even though we do lead the league in assists. Still, for some reason, there's turnovers for bad passing. And for me personally, the biggest issue is the ball watching and the not contesting players shooting threes. I think I've said it every single episode, and I'm pretty sure I'll probably say it next episode. I'm sure that they're going to let some Cavs players, Dwayne Wade or Mitchell, whoever, shoot uncontested 3 on Friday and tomorrow. But I hope that one of these days they clean that up. Though, if you're waiting for the season to be a clean season, I think you're going to be consistently disappointed. This is going to be a messy year. It was always going to be a messy year. And I do believe that the Nuggets, out of all this, at the end of the season, they will still have a ticket to the playoffs. So I don't think that this is going to be, the worst season. We've had way worse seasons before. I think we actually still hold the record for the worst season ever in the league, with only, I think it was only 11 wins or 9 wins out of the entire season. So it can get a lot worse. Believe me, if you're not new to Nuggets Nation, it can get a lot worse. And we are still relatively in the higher end market, especially with Jokić on our team. I think Westbrook also enhanced our bench. And as soon as Jamal Murray gets it together, hopefully he stays healthy. Hopefully Aaron Gordon stays healthy. And once that all comes together, you do have a really good team there to take out anyone else. And Jokić has said it before, and it's totally true, that they can win against any team. They can also lose against any team. That's what they've kind of proven this year, that they, last year they definitely proved that they were the most dominant against teams below 500. This time around, not the same case. They've lost to the worst, and they have yet to win against the best. Well, I guess if you count OKC as the best, then we do have one win against them, but tomorrow we'll actually show two if we can get a win against the best right now. So, but it's not all dark clouds for the Nuggets. We're fine. Of course we're not where we would like to be. We would love to be the first seed, but if you remember last season, that hunting down the first seed is what tired them out. They need to hang back a little bit, just get through the season healthy and in a good spot. Because also it then comes down to seed position, right? And usually it's the first and second seed positions playing the winners out of the play-in, and then you have the fourth and fifth seed, or you have the third and fourth seed playing each other, and the fifth and sixth seed playing each other. So the third and fifth seeds are going to have that home field advantage or the home court advantage. So as long as we, keep a fifth or an odd number essentially of a seed, we're going to be good because we need that home court advantage. Of course, that will change when we get into the second round and the third round or whatever. But the Nuggets are going to be fine as long as they stay locked in and they keep on looking at the task ahead. I think Jokić is really focused on trying to win again this season. I think that's his main goal, and he's going to urge something's going to happen this season that's going to really break them out. And I think they're going to have a really good second half of this season. That's what I foresee. They've usually have had a messy first half of the season. So I think that coming up to the half of the season now, the second half is going to be much better for them. So, but I'm glad that also the Knicks won. So I'm going to say hold on to that because the Knicks are doing awesome right now. They continue to be the team to watch. They're actually fun to watch. So whenever I feel down about the Nuggets, I just tune into the Knicks and watch them kick ass. So. But that's pretty much all I got for this episode. Again, the Nuggets are going to face the Cavs tomorrow, and then after that, it's the Detroit Pistons back-to-back, and then there's like a break for a day or so, and then they're going to go over to Utah for the last game of the year and face the Jazz, hopefully get another win there, and then back at it, I think on the 1st is we have a game on the 1st, so... But so far, we're pretty close to my prediction for this week. I think it'll probably be more of like an 18-15 win-loss record for the Nuggets at the end of this week. So hopefully the loss is a little bit less than that. Hopefully we do get that win tomorrow. But that's all I got for to this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Please, if you did, give it a like and subscribe. Share it out to your friends and family. I hope you had a good holiday season for you. If it's difficult for you, I hope watching some basketball helped a little bit. Obviously, if you're a Nuggets fan, that loss last night probably didn't help too much. So maybe watch a good movie, kind of wash that, to flush that loss out. But or maybe just watch some Aaron Gordon dunking clips on Instagram. That's always nice, especially the one on Shamit from 2 years ago. That always brings a smile to my face. I don't know about you, but yeah, you've been listening to CS 105.1, where I talk about sports and movies with good vibes. We'll catch you later.